Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing the post-trade deadline rebuilds, and today we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Thunder are in a really good spot right now. They are currently a 10 seed here in the Western Conference. They have one of the best young cores in the entirety of the NBA, tons of draft picks, and they have, in my opinion, one of, if not the best general manager in the NBA in Sam Presti. So this team is super fun. They're super young, and I think with the moves we can make along with some progression, one championship should be the minimum for today's video. I'm super excited to get into this one today and hopefully get the Thunder a championship. But before we do, if you guys do have any other video ideas, let me know those down below in the comment section. You guys have been full of great ideas, and I never want them to stop commenting down below. Just let me know what you guys want to see. As always, you guys are new around here, could subscribe to the channel. It'd always be greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this one, man. This Thunder team, I always love doing Thunder rebuild just because there's so many assets and so much young talent. It's like literally a dream for me in these rebuilds. Let's get into it. As it sits right now, we are 33 and 35. As I mentioned earlier, that was a 10 seed in the Western Conference. Now, if the season stopped today, they'd obviously be in the play-in tournament. To be completely honest with you, I don't think the Thunder have any real reason to try to make the playoffs this year. Obviously, you know, as a team, as players, you want to be in the playoffs, but this team, the better the draft pick, the better, obviously, the player you're hopefully going to get, and yada, yada, yada. Let's get into this roster right now and take a look and just see some of the young talent here. I know I've mentioned that 25 times, but it is really mind-blowing. We have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is a 94 overall, only 24 years old. He's locked up the entire video. He's not going anywhere. This man is an unbelievable talent. To this day, I don't think it gets talked about enough how badly that, at this point anyways, the Thunder absolutely fleeced the Clippers in the Paul George trade. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys right now. In this current moment, I'd rather have SGA than I would Paul George on one of my teams. Along with the, what was it, 5-ish draft picks that the Clippers included in that trade. And the Clippers have not, made a finals yet. I mean, to me, this trade does not get talked about enough. But we'll see. Maybe Clippers can go on a little bit of a run next couple of years, pull something off. We have Trey Mann, 22 years old, backup point guard here. Not terrible. We have Josh Giddey, who has been tremendous this season, in my opinion. It's honestly funny watching his highlights. It's like, I don't know how else to really describe it. Like, it's not like he kills you with speed or really anything. He just dribbles around people. Isaiah Joe's here, 23 years old, and then Lindy Waters III. To be honest with you, I don't know a ton about Lindy Waters III, and I'm not going to pretend I do. We have Lou Dort here, who I believe signed an extension this past offseason. Then we have Aaron Wiggins here as well. The power forward spot, Jalen Williams, has been one of the most pleasant surprises of this season. Has had a tremendous rookie campaign. He is an 82 overall, and I believe right now he's like second in Rookie of the Year race right now. I think they still have Ben Carroll 1. I think Williams all the way up to 2. But 82 overall, 21 years old. I can definitely work with that. We have Kendrick Williams, then JRE here as well. Center spot, we have Poku. We have Chet Holmgren, who's obviously out for this entire season. He was the second overall pick in last year's draft. Has not stepped foot on the floor, has not played an actual NBA minute yet. We have Dario Saric, and then we have the other Jalen Williams here as well. So, I mean, this is a pretty good team. I think progression is going to be a huge thing for us, but we obviously aren't making any trades or anything right now. Let's set the rotation. I don't know if we'll sneak into the play-in or something like that, but I'm really excited. We finalized the rotation for the rest of year one here in Oklahoma City. It's an interesting looking rotation, and as you can see, I'm also not going to play or let him get any minutes for the rest of the season. In Chet Holmgren, for me, when I do these rebuilds, like just for an example, I did a Hornets rebuild the other day. LaMelo Ball's out for the rest of the year. I didn't play him on purpose because I didn't want to win any more games because I wanted a better draft pick. I can't really do anything to help my team either. I don't really think that's fair. So Chet Holmgren's not going to go ahead and play the rest of the season, even though he's out in real life and I don't play with injuries on. So I could play him, but you know what I mean. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey as our backcourt. No surprises there. We have Lou Dort starting at our small forward spot. Jalen Williams at the 4, and then Poku is going to be starting at the 5 for now. Eventually, I'm going to get Chet Holmgren in there, but, we'll cross that road when we do get there. We have Isaiah Joe, Kendrick Williams, Jalen Williams, Trey Mann, and Aaron Wiggins as the remainder of our bench. Unfortunately, like Lindy Walters, Saric, JRE, and obviously Holmgren really aren't getting any minutes right now. It sucks. I wish there was kind of a way, but for the rest of year one, I think this is probably the best way to kind of run it. Everybody has a backup. I will see you guys at the end of the first season here in Oklahoma City. We end up going 39 and 43, so we're probably just on the cusp of a team that made the play-in. I don't actually know, but we will find out in a very short amount of time. Nikola Jokic, that is his third straight MVP. I have my thoughts on who should be the MVP right now. We're not going to get into that, but it's crazy, this MVP race right now. It's obviously a three-man race right now with, Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis, but It's going to be exciting, and somebody's going to have a beef no matter who ends up winning it. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Tyus Jones, Sixth Man of the Year. You don't see that one too often. Miles Turner, Defensive Player of the Year. Şengün, Most Improved. Doc Rivers does take home Coach of the Year. So we actually do. We are a 9 seed here in the Western Conference, which is obviously cool. We are going to be taking on the Dallas Mavericks in the first round of the play-in, and then winner, obviously, goes on and takes on the loser of the other matchup. And yeah, take a look at the standings if you wish, and let's take a look at the numbers on the year for us. SGA absolutely balling out, over 30.5 points a game. I mean, actually, exactly 30.5 points a game, but you know what I mean. Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Poku, Isaiah Joe. Man, I mean, it's not honestly that bad. I mean, I haven't done a thing to this team, and we are a 9 seed right now. So we know what Dallas obviously is. Tremendous backcourt here with Luka and Kyrie Irving. I don't love the rest of this team. I feel like at some point something's going to have to give with this, Dallas Mavericks team. For me, I don't necessarily think, even if they somehow end up making, a decent playoff run, I still think something's going to have to give eventually. And who knows with Kyrie and free agency. The defending champion Golden State Warriors are taking us on here in order to be the 8th seed. And yeah, we should probably lose this. There's no way, There's no way that we are going to end up beating the Warriors, and the Warriors going to beat the Nuggets in the first round. No, they do not. Let's see. We have an Atlanta Hawks and Denver Nuggets NBA Finals. Interesting. And let's just send this real quick, and it is the Atlanta Hawks. Holy Trae Young. Wow, that is a hell of a finals performance in your first time doing it. Let's hit the lottery. I don't even know how many picks the Thunder have at this point. Like, I just fully expect to see a Thunder logo in the lottery, like, at least once or twice. So we have that Washington pick, and we also... that Rockets pick at 13. I don't really know what the protections are or anything. I'm just going to sim through it. So we actually don't have that Wizards pick this year. Our first pick is at number 12. So we are probably going to maybe... I don't know what we're going to do. We're considering making a trade. I don't mind Mark Daigneault, so he's good for now. Let's head up to the draft. You know what? I'll see you guys with a potential move. Charlotte has the 2nd overall pick. I want the 2nd overall pick because I want Brandon Miller. Now, you might be saying that the number 1 and number 2 overall teams picking in this draft will probably end up taking Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson, and I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One, it's going to ensure us actually 100% getting Brandon Miller, and then second, it's also going to most likely not allow the Hornets to go ahead and draft him, because there is situations and there are teams that already have young point guards like the Charlotte Hornets, who might not take Scoot Henderson. So this really gives us some insurance either way. I'm not going to draft or use any of these other picks, so if you want all of them, you can have them. I actually probably have to go up even more than this, but I'll offer it to them at first and see. Yeah, they didn't want to do that. So any players I'd be willing to give up? I'd give up Kendrick Williams, honestly. I'd probably rather play JRE at this point. So you want Kendrick Williams? I didn't think you were going to take that straight up. And then Dario Saric has expired. I definitely would have traded him. Anybody else? You want Ousmane Dieng? Where was he last year? I feel like I didn't really see him. Was he in the G League or something? He definitely could have been. That's the problem. Not problem with the Thunder. I feel like every single pick they have could be valuable. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they don't take that. So how about if I dig even deeper into our treasure trove of assets, and I'll give you our first in 2027. They agree to that. All right, Brandon Miller is officially going to be an Oklahoma City Thunder. Whoa. Okay, well, the Magic just threw a little bit of a wrench in my plans. How do they not take Victor Wembanyama first overall? Oh, man, this sucks because I don't get me wrong, I like Lou Dort at our starting small forward spot. I just think in the long term, Brandon Miller would have been a great upgrade. But I also want to give Chet Holmgren kind of the keys to the kingdom and let him kind of go and try to actually play a little bit for this team. But obviously, we can't have 2 centers. Damn. All right, let me decide. Let me think. I don't know if this is going to go through, and if I can't find a trade that actually works out, I'm going to do it. But the Rockets own the 3rd overall selection. I'm going to offer them Chet Holmgren. And you might be saying, why are you doing that? And it's because if we have the 2nd and 3rd overall pick, we get ourselves Victor Wembanyama, and we get ourselves Brandon Miller. So we get, an extra year of team control. Well, we're definitely getting a better center. But for me, I think this is something I would probably kind of like to do. I don't think I would 100% love it. But it's something I would definitely strongly... Okay, seriously? Okay. How about if I throw in a first-round pick from the Heat, lottery protected? All right. If I have Thunder fans pissed about that, I understand. For me, getting Victor Wembanyama and Brandon Miller is a really smart move. And it's one that we're going to make, and ultimately, hopefully it leads to a championship. If it ends up not doing that and we end up sucking or whatever, not winning a championship, I'll blame myself. So Victor Wembanyama and Brandon Miller are officially members of our team. We're going to bring back Giddey, Poku, Isaiah Joe. We're bringing back everybody. So, we're going to have Poku slide to the backup center role. Also only 21 years old. Now, could I have maybe tried to trade him? It's possible, but you know what? He's here, and he's a 79 overall. Lindy Walters, probably not going to give the qualifying to. Same with Jared Butler. Yeah, I don't think I need either of these guys into the rotation at all. All right, so we enter free agency. Do we have any big free agents? We have Dario Saric, who, to be honest with you, I didn't even know was on the Thunder, and I'm not going to probably bring him back. So I don't think I'll probably be changing a ton about this team. I will be starting Brandon Miller. Lou Dort will move to the bench. Could move on from Aaron Wiggins now as well. I kind of want to find a way to get Ousmane Dieng playing time. Like, was he in the G League last year? I don't know. But I kind of want to get him playing time, so I don't know who that means is like the odd man out here. JRE. It's not going to be Jalen Williams, I can tell you that. So it probably means it's JRE. I hate to say it. And then we have our two-headed, monsters at center. And then I also have to figure out what I'm going to do with the other Jalen Williams. So a lot of decisions to make. I know I do this trade a lot, and I won't do it for a while after this, but we're going to be sending Jalen Williams, the center Jalen Williams, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl over to the San Antonio Spurs for their top 3 protected pick next year. And Kaheem Birch. I promise you this will be the last video I do the trade for in a while. I just have so many pieces on this team that I just really don't need all of them. And I think the way to do kind of the best bet is to go out and get draft picks. So we are going to... that's actually interesting. And then finally, I have to decide, do I want to keep Trey Mann as my backup point guard? He's not a horrible option. I think there's probably an upgrade somewhere. And then what I want to do with Aaron Wiggins, who also has another year of team control after this. So that might be one of the reasons why I don't really move on from him. Kind of just keep him on the bench a little bit. But do I keep Trey Mann as my backup point guard? Like, what are my options here, hypothetically, if I were to look for trades? Yeah, ooh, unprotected in 2025. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really love any of these trades. Especially for a guy who wasn't, horrible for us last year. He wasn't great by any means, but he's a decent backup point guard, and I think I'll give him another shot. So he'll remain our backup point guard. If he was expiring, it might be a different story. But yeah, man, that's going to be our team heading into year 2. Probably not going to be a great season, but another year of development is perfectly fine by me. I will see you guys with the rotation at the start of year 2. Year 2 has arrived, and this is how the team is going to be looking. This team basically, well, there's actually a couple big changes, but Shea, Giddey, Jalen Williams last year, we were able to sneak all the way in as a 10 seed to the play-in. We won a round in the play-in, so anything can happen with this team. We definitely got better, in my opinion. It's going to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Brandon Miller, Jalen Williams, and Victor Wembanyama. Obviously, still tremendously surprised that he did not go number 1 overall. The bench unit's going to be Isaiah Joe. Poku will be our 7th man playing 17 minutes a night, followed by Lou Dort, Trey Mann, and Ousmane Dieng. So this is a pretty interesting team. We've definitely changed some things up, and again, I'm still a little nervous about the Chet Holmgren trade, but I think we'll probably be fine. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. What a season it was as Nikola Jokic wins his 4th straight MVP. We go 56-26, solidifying ourselves as one of the best teams here in the Western Conference. And yeah, hoping to make a little bit of a deep playoff run. But yeah, 4 straight MVPs for Jokic. Also, I know why they retire 15 because of Carmelo. That's why his number always changes to 51. I'm just going to put it out there. There's absolutely no way after 4 straight MVPs you can say that Carmelo Anthony deserves to have his number 15 retired instead of Nikola Jokic. Just saying. Victor Wembanyama does win Rookie of the Year for us. He averages 21 points, 10 boards, almost 3 assists. For me, it was a no-brainer drafting him at number 2. Well, I can't quite say that, but I'm very happy I made the move, and ultimately, I kind of wish we could find a way to get him and Chet Holmgren into the same lineup, and maybe there is, and I just didn't see it, but I like Jalen Williams a lot at our power forward spot as well, so that's why we went that way. Jordan Poole wins 6th Man of the Year. Giannis wins DPOY. Darius Garland, Most Improved. Quinn Snyder does take home Coach of the Year for the defending champion NBA Hawks. NBA Hawks, Atlanta Hawks. I can't speak. We are the 1 seed here in the Western Conference. Let's take a look at the standings. We were 8 games up on the 2-seed Warriors, who actually beat us in the play-in last year. We were tied for the 2nd best record in the league. And let's take a look at the numbers on the season. SGA, Victor Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, good rookie campaign. Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, Poku, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Mann, Dieng. Rebounds was led by Victor Wembanyama, and assists was Josh Giddey. All right, who we got here in round 1? It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. This is a team that we actually beat last year. They ended up re-signing Kyrie Irving. Had a pretty good year for him, and I think we can beat this team. They definitely have the best player in the series. I think we have the best team. We are up 3-0, and we end up sweeping them. We're moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies. They have Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Brooks, Triple J, Xavier Tillman. let's see what ends up happening here in the second round. We have yet to lose a playoff game. Okay, hang on. Hang with me for a second. Hang with me. Zion and the Pelicans. You got CJ and Herbert Jones in the backcourt. You got Ingram, Zion, then Valanciunas. You have added Malik Monk to their team and Trey Murphy. All right. Okay, we lose our first playoff game in the Western Conference Finals. That's typically a pretty good element. We're down 3-1 to the Pelicans, however. Are we battling back here? We end up losing in 6. Zion's going to be taking on Darius Garland and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. And the Cavs sweep the Pelicans. Donovan Mitchell, Finals MVP. All right. It is offseason number 2 before we head into year number 3. I don't think there's a ton of moves to be made with this team. I think we just got to let nature take its course, progression to hit, and oh my, draft picks. Wow. Well, that Spurs pick most likely won't be ours. I believe it was top 3 protected. Then we definitely have the Clippers one and the Wizards picks unprotected. So we end up with number 3. Oh my God, that San Antonio Spurs pick did convey. We end up with 3, 5, and 6. I don't even know what to do with all these draft picks. I'm going to bring back Mark Daigneault. We had a pretty good season under him. If I can find him. Thank you. And yeah, welcome back, Mark Daigneault. All right, let's head up to the draft where we have 3 out of the top 6 picks. I would say I'd maybe include all these picks in like a massive trade for a superstar, but like I don't really know what that would really look like right now. So let me think for a minute. We're going to be making this trade here with the Bucks. We're going to be sending them our 2 late first-round picks and our second-round pick this year as well for just 2 future pick swaps. When I tell you, I cannot find like the right trade or like a trade at all for any of our top draft picks this year. It makes absolutely no sense. It's tough because there's obviously a lot of guys that either don't have their options picked up yet or whatever it may be, or free agents or whatever. There's no trades that actually make sense for me right now. So we are continuing to struggle. I'm not going to lie. I tried to trade for Triple J, get him from the Memphis Grizzlies, and it just was not happening. So, yeah, we only have 4 players under contract right now, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to trade any of them. If I had to maybe trade one, it might be Lou Dort. Like, if I do Dort 5 and 6, like, there's nothing here. Like, that's horrible. 2 horrible trades. None of those really excite me. So what that means is we're just going to draft players. I'm just going to take the best players available here. At these spots. Yeah, maybe we'll include them in trades at some point, or maybe I'll, use some of them as backups, whatever it might be. So, Batas Buzelis, 78 overall. I mean, again, we're just drafting to draft at this point. It's a tricky spot to be in. Justin Edwards, welcome to the team. And wait, I have the next pick. I was like, where's my other pick? And then who do I want here? I want to take Bronny James, or actually, I'll take DJ Wagner. All right, so we take, I don't know, maybe the top 3 players that were available for me at the time, 78, 77, and 76, pretty decent overalls. All these guys are going to be coming back here, and then we still got to figure out Jared Butler. No, what? I didn't give him a qualifying last year. Poku, yes. Lindy Walters, no. I didn't give him one either. What the fuck? All right, so we enter free agency. We don't have any, huge free agents. I mean, Poku is somebody I want to get back. How much is he going to ask for? That's about $18 million a year. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't really have any cap space anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and kind of pay the man. And then everybody else I'm just going to renounce. I'm not going to renounce Poku. All right, so that's going to be our one. Jesus Christ, 2K. That's going to be our one, I guess, major signing of free agency. And, yeah, we're going to have to make some sort of trade, man, because I cannot go ahead and just run it back with these guys because there's just too many players here at this point that all should be getting minutes, really, and it's just not possible. So we're going to figure out some sort of trade somewhere. We're going to attempt to make this trade here with the Cleveland Cavaliers and pick up Evan Mobley. He's going to really help solidify some of the defense in our front court. And it's not like Jalen Williams is playing bad or I have to move him to the bench or whatever. But Evan Mobley, he's a clear-cut upgrade at this point. He's a 90 overall. Young stud. I'm going to do this every time. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to just go out and trade for the man. I will throw in Trey. I'll throw in Trey, man. And then there's some other backups because I actually don't mind DJ Wagner getting backup minutes here. And then... yeah, maybe I'll just let Justin Edwards play as well. You want Isaiah Joe? They actually can't even afford that. I do have a lot of draft picks, which I guess is a good thing. You can have this Indiana pick, and then, honestly, it's so weird because we just have literally every single pick we could literally ever need, and Evan Mobley is officially a member of the, I almost said the Houston Rockets, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, I mean, Ousmane Dieng, it was a fun experiment, but we have our 2 power forwards. We have our 2 centers. We have our 2 small forwards, which means Aaron Wiggins can probably go as well. And then, yeah, I might just move on from Trey Man as well. I mean, there's just, honestly, too much talent on this team. It's insane to say, but it's the reality of the situation. So, I'm just going to get some draft picks here for, those 3 players that I just mentioned. This pick, actually, it's a Kings pick. How are the Kings? How are the Kings? How are the Kings? Yeah, they're not going to be that bad. But you know, it's an unprotected pick for a backup point guard, whatever. And then let's do Aaron Wiggins as well. I'm sorry to anybody who's fans of these players and wants them to end up getting minutes. It's just really absolutely no way that I can get all these guys minutes with just how much talent's on this team right now. So I'm expecting big things for us next year. I think I'd be an idiot not to. And then let's just go final trade. Seriously? Just give me, okay. Welcome back, JRE. I'll trade JRE for a pick. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. This is just already such a good team, and to think that we still have another year of progression, another offseason, and potentially more draft picks to trade is absolutely insane to me. But yeah, it's looking very good right now. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Brandon Miller, Evan Mobley, and Victor Wembanyama. I mean, it's insane. Bench unit's really good as well. We have Jalen Williams, Alexa Poshevsky, I'm pronouncing that right, Lou Dort, Justin Edwards, and DJ Wagner. I will see you guys at the end of year 3 here in OKC. There's something about the Thunder and the algorithm of 2K because 2K is a really big fan of this young team. Not to say that we don't have an absolute god squad, because we do, because we went 77-5, which is just absolutely insane. And yeah, man, I think championships hopes would be an understatement. John Morant's your MVP, Isaiah Collier, Rookie of the Year, Eamon Thompson, 6th man, Giannis wins Depoy, Jed Howard most improved, and yeah, it's pretty obvious Coach of the Year for Mark Daigneault. And the fellas here in Oklahoma City, 77 wins, 18 games ahead of the 1 seed here. I mean, there's just not enough good things you can say about this team. And again, I mentioned it earlier, the fact that we still have another offseason and potentially the option to go out and trade more draft picks, draft more studs, whatever it may be, is just insane to me. There really shouldn't have to be anybody we worry about too much. Like, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there's really not many teams that scare me at all, and there really shouldn't be for good reason. We have the Houston Rockets here, and where's our old friend? Where is our old friend, Chet Holmgren? Yeah, man, that's tricky. I mean, to be fair, I traded him to a team in the Rockets that already have a really good young center, Alperen Şengün, and yeah, man, I wish it could have worked out, but I'm pretty happy with the way things are going with our team right now. We're taking on the defending champions in the Atlanta Hawks. Or did they win last year or 2 years ago? I have short-term memory loss, I swear to God. But we're going to be getting this one. I really don't have any doubts. I mean, okay. Don't do this to me now, 2K. Up 3-2. Close them out in 6. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your finals MVP. And obviously, we are not done, as we do have one more offseason and potentially an opportunity to go out. Do we even... Please tell me we don't... Oh, my God. We are projected to have the 7th overall pick from Sacramento. I don't know if there's any other draft picks. Nope, we are just there at 8. Okay, honestly, I'm not even that mad. There's no other lottery picks. I think it's probably for the best, literally just because I don't even know what I would do with them at this point. I mean, there's just too much talent on this team. But we do have some other draft picks. I don't really need any of this, man. To be honest with you, I'm just going to trade all these picks and then, what in the world? I don't need Jeremy Grant. That's pretty cool. I can just go out and get him. I'm just going to trade him for future picks, man. I honestly, if this was a challenge of sorts to go out and get the most 80 overalls, obviously I would make some of those trades, but it's not necessary right now. We already have a good enough team to go out and potentially win another championship. So I'm going to get Mobley and Giddey back. I'm just going to give them both the qualifying offer as the final year. And yeah, man, we might make some other small tweaks, but honestly, I don't even know what those would really be. So I'll think about it. I'll look at it. Those are 2 max contracts. Everybody else is basically free to go. So, I mean, yeah, man, it's not often that I'm going to leave teams identical in the same rotation for back-to-back seasons, but after you win 77 games, you have a really young team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I don't think I'm going to. I'll see you guys at the start of the 4th and final year. We changed literally nothing about the 10 guys that are going to be in the rotation on this team. We have 295 overalls, 93, a 90, and 89. I mean, it's insane. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Brandon Miller, Evan Mobley, and Victor Wembanyama. The bench unit, Jalen Williams, DJ Wagner, Poku, Justin Edwards, and Lou Dort. I mean, absolutely bonkers. What I'm actually going to do is, because last year we started out, I didn't realize, we started out 30-0, and I actually didn't realize it. And I want to simulate with you guys. We're going to sit here and we're just going to talk about this team until we lose a game, because I have a feeling that we might not lose a game for a little while. I mean, again, hopefully this back-to-back with Los Angeles better not kill me. Sweet. I'll see you guys at the end of year 4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins the MVP here at the end of the 4th and final season. We went 78-4. I mean, I don't really know what to do with this team. Kyle Flipkowski, Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Collier, 6th man. Giannis Depoy, Matas Buzelis, most improved. Actually, had him for a minute, and then yeah, I decided to keep Lou Dort. I know he's a fan, or a fan favorite of Thunder fans. Mark Daigneault, second straight coach of the year. Real surprise there. Let's take a look at the standings. 17 games up on the Pelicans. I mean, again, no matter what I do with this team, it's nothing. We're not going to lose. I know we're not. So let's just go ahead, hop in here. We'll simulate round by round. I'm really not even going to look at the other teams. I mean, I can. Wow, they added De'Aaron Fox. Did they trade Karl Anthony Towns for? Where did Rudy Gobert go? I don't even know what the hell the Timberwolves are doing. But thanks for coming. Houston here once again in the Western Conference Finals. Good team, not even close to us. And we're taking on the Detroit Pistons here in the NBA Finals. Cade, Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris is back as a Piston. Hasn't been a Piston in a minute. He was drafted by Detroit. Oh, no, he was. Wow. Okay. Not drafted. Was just there for a few years. My bad. They have Tingus Pingus, Jalen Duren, Amen Thompson. Thanks for coming. We sweep them, win our second straight championship. There's not enough good things I can say about this team. This is why I love doing Thunder rebuilds, because you are able to make absolute god squads. As always, thanks so much for watching. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.